Opinion. Today I'm reviewing Goodspeed Musicals' production of A Chorus Line, conceived and originally directed and choreographed by Michael Bennett, with book by James Kirkwood and Nicholas Dante, music by Marvin Hamlish, lyrics by Edward Kleban, co-choreographed by Bob Avian. This current production is directed by Rob Ruggiero, choreographed by Parker Esse, additional choreography by Baayork and music direction by Adam Souza, running through November 2nd at the Goodspeed Opera House at 6 Main Street, East Haddam, Connecticut. Kickline your way down to my Patreon page where you can support this channel as well as my classic cinema podcast, Yesterday's Matinee, for as little as $1 a month. Patrons get early access to the latest episode of Yesterday's Matinee, as well as other goodies that are on the page, like retro reviews, early access to interviews, restaurant visits, and the occasional additional goodie. Thank you to my current patrons, especially my Neo and Hamilton tier patrons, and welcome to the new ones. Links to my Patreon and podcast pages will be in the description. It's been 50 years since the acclaimed musical A Chorus Line hit the stage in New York, and it would make sense that a venerable house like Goodspeed Musicals would announce their own production to celebrate the legacy of the high-kicking dance musical, about 17 dancers' grueling day of auditioning for a new musical. Over the course of the day, they learn, rehearse, and perform various musical numbers and get grilled by director Zach, played by Clifton Samuels, who mostly spends his time at the back of the house using the God mic to question the ensemble about their past, trying to get them to open up about their core being and why they became dancers. What we get is a 2-hour-long episodic journey through each actor's history as they tell us about their story through monologue, song, and dance. Some are inspirational, like Mike's tale of watching his sister dance and declaring, "I can do that," performed by Mario Rizzi. Some are comical, like Mark's monologue of sexual discovery, performed by Patrick Higgins. Some are laced with pain and maturity, like Cassie's desperate, late-career desire to return to the chorus line in her number The Music and the Mirror, performed by Carly DiNardo. As much of the text is specific on how the musical is to play out, there is only a moderate amount of wiggle room regarding how a dance number is supposed to be performed, or how the show is to be designed. Dance moves are literally in the text for certain numbers. It requires meticulous attention to detail by the director and cast to respect the detail of the text while also finding individual connections to the roles so that the characters become their own. Director Ruggiero and choreographer Parker Esse have mostly been successful with the cast. As far as the singing and dancing goes, they are fantastic. I have no complaints about the execution of the cast for the musical numbers. The real litmus test, for me anyway, is how the rehearsal sequence of the song One is performed, as it depicts the evolution of a dance ensemble learning a dance routine with everyone out of sync at the beginning and coming together by the end. It's a beautiful bit of storytelling through dance, and here it was excellently executed, exactly how I wanted it to be. Very well done. The layering of the choreography for I Hope I Get It and Hello 12, Hello 13, Hello Love was also magnificently done. Mario Rizzi is superb in I Can Do That, but I wish he had the opportunity to get a beat to change into tap shoes to do the number. Actually, I would have liked the whole ensemble to have had the chance to put tap shoes on for the tap combination at the end of the show as well. Though I love the detail of DiNardo's performance during the one rehearsal as she makes the mistakes that Zach calls her out for, and are very noticeable so the audience can see that she is making these mistakes, I found that the dance for The Music in the Mirror tended towards repetition and could have used a bit more variation. The acting is the weakest of the three elements of the classic triple threat elements. Some are quite excellent. Patrick Higgins gives Mark a beautiful balance of tender naivete and hopeful respect in his performance, and Diego Guevara's performance as Paul is particularly sweet and heartbreaking. Scarlett Walker's performance as Sheila is appropriately pretentious. Though DiNardo gives Cassie an appropriate amount of desperation as a dancer who is metaphorically on her last leg of her dance career, her chemistry with Samuels' Zach was pretty flat. Samuels' performance in general was pretty stiff, particularly when he was on the mic from the house. I would have liked to have heard a bit more curiosity instead of cold, emotionless analysis. Though Michaela Sakata, who plays Diana, has an amazing voice, singing maybe my favorite song of the show, Nothing, I ironically would have liked to have felt a little more from her in this, and for What I Did for Love. The Goodspeed stage has been stripped down to its bare bones in order to accommodate the large ensemble, plus it thematically works since there wouldn't be any set constructed anyway, just a wall of mirrors that the dancers are using as they audition for the show. This required Ruggiero to find a new place for the orchestra, moving them to a room on the second floor of the theater. Conductor Adam Souza and sound designer Jay Hilton did a great job of making it sound like the orchestra was right there in the same room, and also keeping the balance of volume being pumped in to not overwhelm the vocals from the ensemble. Regardless of these plus and minuses in their performances, when the ensemble comes together for the large numbers, the show's cohesion is perfect. Detail toward the ensemble being metaphorically and literally one is a thrill to watch and brought massive cheers from the audience. And that's where the show's strengths really lie, is when the cast comes together and works as an ensemble, which is really kind of the story and journey of a chorus line, bringing people together and creating a unified front. Aside from a few quibbles about the choreography, the lack of tap shoes, and a few performance issues, Goodspeed's production of A Chorus Line is overall great. The ensemble dancing is superb, and some of the individual performances are delightful. And this production of A Chorus Line is an honorable tribute to its 50-year legacy. But I am only one man's opinion, so be sure to leave yours in the comments below. If you'd like to see A Chorus Line, I'll leave a link in the description where you can get tickets. Also, in the description will be links to my Patreon and podcast pages and my social media handles where you can follow and support my work. You can also support me by liking and sharing this review, subscribing to the channel, and clicking the notification bell to be alerted to future reviews. My next review will be the new off-Broadway musical, Saturday Church. Thank you for watching, and I will see you at the theater.